That one is so not grade 12 anymore. Okay. I'm going to just introduce to you scenarios where you have multiple triangles. Page 38, in case you're still sleeping. Fill in, my suggestion would be fill in what you can without solving. Fill it in. Like I'll show you how much you can actually do without doing any sine or cosine law off the top. Use complementary or supplementary angles if present. Next, I'm going to use a different color for this one. Start with a triangle that has the most information. That's the one I would start with. And you want to solve for something. You want to solve for something, right? Solve for the side that is shared between the triangles. Shared side. Okay? And now solve for the side that's required to answer the entire question. I don't think you need these steps on your study sheet. You're just going to, after practicing, you're just going to know. So here we go. The angle of elevation to the top of the tree from point B is 42 degrees. Here's point B. It makes sense that 42 is right there. From point C, watch this, which is 70 meters closer to the tree. So we're going 70 meters towards the tree. Now it's 58 degrees. I hope this makes sense. I want you to understand that it would make sense that the degree goes up, right? Because the closer you walk towards something, the higher you're going to have to look up, right? So sometimes a word problem doesn't have these there, and students just think put them anywhere. You should know the bigger one goes here if you're not sure. Okay. What else is here? How tall is the tree? So it's asking us for this, the height of the tree. Ultimately. Now, ideally, let's work with the triangle that's touching that height. Can we do anything with it? We don't have a single side, right? Nothing is given to us. So we can't work with it just yet, which means we have to work with this one here. So if you want to put a little 1 in here, that's triangle 1, then we're going to move into this one. Okay? Now, here's where I tell you to fill in as much information as possible. Is there something here, if I put my pen right there, is there something that we've learned the last day or two? You see a straight line there? Yes. You saw it? Yeah, saw that. Big deal. Big deal. Stop being so excited. Right? There's a straight angle, so that means that I can find that one, right? I'm going to go, let's call this angle X. Angle X is going to be 180 minus 58. And that is 122 degrees, correct? I'm going to plug that in there. Let's fill this triangle up. Okay? 122, boom, right there. Can you find more? You see this triangle here? You've got 2 angles, correct? You can easily find a third one. So let's do that. I'm going to go 180 minus 42 minus 122 to figure out this one right here. And you get 16 degrees. Thank you. See what I mean? Like it's a chain reaction. Like once you find this one, now you have 2 inside this triangle. You just keep going. So you just came up with 2 more angles. All right. Which one do you think I want to solve for in this triangle right here? I'm going to suggest to you, you don't have to, but I tend to find the one that is shared. The side is shared between this triangle and that triangle. So triangle 1, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, okay? For triangle 1. Do you see the pair? This one with the side, right? So this is a sine law situation. There are no 2 sides. You need SAS or SSS, right? So pair is the way to go. So I'm going to go sine of 16 degrees over 70 meters is equal to sine of, now you have to pick. If you pick 122, you're going to solve for this side, which is not the end of the world. It can be done. But I'm going to pick 42 to solve for this side here. What should we call it? I'm going to call this y. This side right here. Okay? Wait a minute. There you go. Now we're talking. Okay, so I'm going to solve this one. You can just, if you're just watching, that's fine, but I would say have at least one example. Okay. Y in this case is 169.93 meters. It's important, but it's not it yet. This is not answering the question. This is just getting us closer. Just a little closer. Now I'm going to deal with that second triangle. I'm going to go, what do we know about this triangle here? It is a 90 because they're asking us for the height. Height is always measured with a 90 to the ground, right? They would never measure my height starting from over here this way, right? You always go straight, you make a 90 with the ground. That is why we can assume this is a 90. So we're going to go, you see up here? We know this side now, right? It's right here. Maybe I will do this because you might not see it right away. So this is height. This is 169.93. And this is 58 here. I'm just cutting out this triangle right here. Okay? So you see the pair now? Sine of 90 is across that side. And then we're going to go sine of 58 is going to get us that height. You cross multiply and divide. And do you remember what sine of 90 is? 1. So nothing is going to change when you type, if you type it in steps, it's going to seem as if you go equals, and then I go divided by sine of 90, nothing is going to change because you're just dividing by 1. This is the ultimate answer. This is what we were after all along. Okay, this one right here. So 2 steps. I focused in on the triangle that had the most info. I filled it in. I used the supplementary angle to get me started. Once I had 2 angles, I found the third. All of a sudden I had a pair. I started with that pair. I used 42 to figure out the side that is being shared. Okay? And then you like, I don't know if you like arrows, but look at that one. It's going to skyrocket. Your knowledge is going to skyrocket after today. Okay? So, I'm going to ask you to try these on the pages that follow. Maybe if your goal is you're going to do 1.5, I'm fine. I prefer you doing 2 today. Okay, so pages 39 to 40. I'm going to post more than that. I'm going to post more than that. All right? See how it goes. I'll look for the key.